In this era of deep complexity.
Okay, Honest Abe never lied. That's the good thing. That's the big difference between Abraham Lincoln and you.
Beyond the edges of black or white.
We choose truth over facts.
It's time to be notionally accurate.
Precisely, factually, and semantically correct than about being morally right.
Here's your host, Captain Kirk.
Welcome one and all to the 5th episode of the Notionally Accurate podcast. Produced live right here at the One Man's Burden Studios in my undisclosed compound, located in the same closet that Joe Biden resides in when he gets jacked up before a big event. My name is Captain Kirk and I'll be your affable host. Soon, we'll get the debate we all deserve, the one we all asked for. The standards have been set so low for the current White House resident, hidden away in a musky basement, hoping that the MAGA king doesn't bully him too much. Thankfully for him, CNN has pulled the audience away, ordered mics to be cut, and brought on the law firm of Tapper and Bash to be the moderators. Here's a taste of what these two say on air.
Now the Trump presidency is coming to an end. It has been a time where truth and fact were treated with disdain. It is a time of cruelty, an era of just plain meanness. For tens of millions of our fellow Americans, their long national nightmare is over.
There's a lot for President Biden to tout. Americans don't seem to be giving him the credit. Why is that, and what does he have to do to turn that around?
He certainly met the moment they wanted him to be a fighter. And boy, fight did he deliver.
Trump's claim about Biden orchestrating the trial is baseless.
Allegations with absolutely no evidence that he was making against President Biden, that he is behind all of the prosecutions.
There's no evidence that Joe Biden was involved. There's no evidence,
Absolutely no evidence.
that Biden himself was involved.
Donald Trump is now the presumptive Republican nominee for president. U.S. intelligence agencies are reportedly preparing to share classified briefings with him. Should Donald Trump receive intelligence briefings?
Congressman Brian Mast, a Republican from Florida, who lost his legs, by the way, fighting for democracy abroad, although I don't know about his commitment to it here in the United States. And we are waiting for former President Trump to make his first formal remarks. We're not carrying his remarks live because, frankly, he says a lot of things that are not true and sometimes potentially dangerous. That was the worst debate I have ever seen. In fact, it wasn't even a debate. It was a disgrace, primarily because of President Trump lying, maliciously attacking the son of the vice president.
You just took the words out of my mouth. You used some high-minded language. I'm just going to say it like it is. That was a shit show.
The president does not think he's going to win this election, and he wants to bring the rest of us down with him.
Good luck finding similar things for the Democrat politicos. I haven't hyped up this debate too much because, really, who knows how it will go. Let's be honest, folks. Future President Trump is flat out hilarious.
As you know, it's been reported that right now Crooked Joe's gone to a log cabin to study, prepare. No, he didn't. He's sleeping now. Because they want to get him good and strong, so a little before debate time he gets a shot in the ass, and they want to strengthen him up. So he comes out, he'll come out, I say he'll come out all jacked up, right? All jacked up. Now, will anybody be watching the debate on Thursday night? I'm shocked.
It's true, undeniable, and not lost on anybody that the current White House resident was installed in 2020 due, in part, to the Black Lives Matter Antifa riots. Notice the lack of any such devastation under a Democrat regime, even though race relations haven't changed. And the COVID fiasco. Notice how many pandemics we're supposed to fear in 2024. Factors which are non-existent today. And then there's the infamous Molly Ball article, the secret bipartisan campaign to save the 2020 election. One contrarian point I've been knocking around in my noggin is the cut mic rule, which some supporters of President Trump have worried will hinder him since his side quips are infamous and digging.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
However, I think it'll do two things. It'll discipline the future president, whose brash first debate in 2020 is Exhibit A by detractors as how not to handle the big guy. And it will prevent Hunter's dad from being bailed out by a bullish Donald Trump, leaving him to ramble and show the world yet again how confused he can get.
Used to make beer brewed here. It is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called.
Regardless of Joey's performance, and God forbid, barring a health issue which makes the cackler the de facto presidente, he will not be replaced before, during, or after the convention, as I've already explained in episode 2 of this podcast. Biden's border disaster, coupled with his badly botched Afghanistan surrender, is one of the biggest blemishes on this regime's resume, and it's only getting worse as the murders of Rachel Morin and Jocelyn Nungaray come to light.
I just want people to remember, I know this is a very high-profile case, but she was still my firstborn. I was a teen mom. I fought for her at 15. So 27 now, I'm still fighting for her. And just remember that she was a very special little girl that deserves her justice. And I know she's gonna make a difference in this world for all children. And now it's my job to make sure it continues to happen.
The pro-open border crowd crows that illegal immigrants don't commit crime on the same level as American citizens or those here legally. Two easy rebuttals to that is, so what and who cares? For one thing, our judicial system can handle criminality by the citizenry just fine, thank you very much. Secondly, the atrocities we see, like the strangulation of Jocelyn Nungaray, is that the sine qua non, the but-for factor, is that if these illegals weren't allowed in by Biden's open border, she would still be alive. Incidentally, the open border crowd overlaps with the gun grabbers among us who complain that one life taken by guns is one life too many. That logic applies also to illegal immigrants who commit murder as well. One life taken is one life too many. But the open border crowd will harass you into compliance like Simone Sanders on MSNBC did to alleged conservative and former GOP chair Michael Steele, who puts up no resistance here.
What do you tell the parents of those people, those young girls who were killed? This is absurdity. The preponderance of these people, Michael, are male.
But what is the difference between an illegal immigrant who unfortunately engages in that activity?
And we don't like that. I want to be clear. We don't use the term illegal. So
yeah, we don't.
Undocumented individuals.
Undocumented.
They're illegal aliens.
That was tough to listen to. So here are two palate cleansers. Jamaal Bowman, the former principal, who pulled a fire alarm and wants us to believe he's dumb enough to have been so confused prior to a vote last September that that was a way to open up the doors, lost his primary recently.
People ask me why I got a foul mouth. What am I supposed to do? You coming after me. You coming after my family. You coming after my children. I'm not supposed to fight back. I'm not supposed to fight back. We're gonna show them who the f we are.
Considering his behavior, I think we can all say hallelujah to that.
They're freaking cowards. They're gutless. They're not here. I'm talking about gun violence.
You know, there's never been
I'm talking about gun violence.
in a school that allows teachers to carry.
Carry guns? Would you more guns lead to more death?
This story is just wild.
40 dogs were close to drowning on a Mississippi lake, but some fishermen made quite the catch. So the hound dogs had plunged into the lake while chasing a deer during a fox hunt, but became disoriented and unable to return to shore. The men say the dogs had probably been in the water for close to 15 to 20 minutes before they came across them, but they quickly started hauling them aboard their boat. They had to make 3 trips to the shore because there were too many dogs to fit on their small fisherman boat. By the time the last group was rescued, they'd been in the water for about an hour, but they say all 38 dogs made it back to shore safely.
Honestly, if the Associated Press was congressionally mandated to report only on these type of stories, political polarization in the U.S. would drop dramatically. Anyway, thanks for listening to episode 5 of the Notionally Accurate podcast. I'm your host, Captain Kirk. More to come on future episodes. Find this podcast on SoundCloud, Rumble, and YouTube. Follow me on Twitter/X at NotionallyACC. That's NotionallyACC. Email me at notionallyaccurate@protonmail.com. That's notionallyaccurate@protonmail.com. Take care, and remember, even if you can't be factually correct, you can always be notionally accurate.